We're at Incheoch farm here, which is at the sort of bottom end of Glen Isla, and 500 hectares of Incheoch, which is mostly livestock. We run a 200 cow suckler herd and about 1,100 breeding ewes.
We've got several environmental schemes on the farm. We've been doing them over the last 14 years, and we're standing in now a little bit of woodland that was planted 10 years ago.
We'd seen the benefit that gathering data could bring to our breeding programmes for our cattle and sheep. The way that the technology, well mostly EID, had made gathering that information and analysing it, I suppose, making use of it, so much simpler. And we just saw this sensor technology thing as maybe a next step to take that forward. One of the reasons we were keen to be involved with the project was we thought if you could make it work here, it would work anywhere really, because we're not very tech orientated, and particularly here our cell phone coverage is pretty poor, and our internet access is also pretty poor. We thought these were pretty major hurdles to have to try and overcome really. The system seems to cope with all three of our deficiencies.
Probably that need to be net zero and carbon, counting carbon and working out whether carbon can be saved.
Yeah, and I think tied in with that, it's improving efficiency that will help the business and take us towards net zero as well. And adding all the marginal gains together, and it's adding all the little 1% together that's actually going to make us efficient. The easy gains we've made there, and it's going to be in the little bits that we can improve our efficiency. And I think that's where the sensor technology will come into its own. Some of the barriers are just, it gets pretty technical pretty quick for a sheep farmer. I think at the first meeting we had, when the system was getting explained to us, I really was quite happy to know that there was a fairy in the box, and the fairy was going to send the information to a phone, and that was going to tell us what was happening. That's the level that I was at, and I think the Smart Rural team have been really good at talking to us about ideas and what could happen. And at the other end of the chain, giving us useful information on a phone or on the dashboard on the computer that we can use, and all the technical bits in the middle that I don't want to know anything about. The fear of the technical detail, I think, is probably a barrier.
Certainly the help that we've had from the Smart Rural team in setting up the apps has been really good, and perhaps we could have like a manual on how to use the different apps, or a YouTube video on using your technology. It would help.
One of the challenges, I think, is just getting together what you've got in your imagination and what is practically achievable on the ground. The sensor we've got in the burn that looks at the burn height, the information is excellent. It could be really useful, but we just haven't found a way of using it yet, I think, probably.
If you had land that flooded, it would give you a warning to move the livestock off there, but that particular burn, we haven't livestock down in that section at the moment. It could be really useful.
So I think it's just taking time to get the tie-in between what we can achieve and what the technology can deliver.
So the vaccine monitors have been really good. At certain times of the year we can hold up to £2,000 worth of vaccine in that fridge.
Taking care of our people, that's a growing thing. Anything we can do for lone worker safety, and just taking some of the routine, more mundane tasks out. We're allowing Grandad quite a bit for checking things that slip our mind. I'm aware that we need to have systems in place that do these things, and I don't think sensors will replace Grandad, but I think they could help us cover some of the jobs he does. We have a sensor in the effluent tank that comes from the silage pit, which gives us an alert when the level rises. That's been really useful to be able to get immediate updates. When you wake up in the middle of the night, you can see it. That's useful. The other thing about that is through the rest of the year, if there's stormwater gets into the system, gives you a peace of mind, I think, really, that things are getting checked. The safety of everybody on the farm, is really important, and well, it's not just the people either, it's the livestock as well. So animal welfare, it could be quite a win out of this, I think.
And the environmental side, the land's here not just for today but for tomorrow, so better use, we can look after it. It's got to be a win.
Getting our message across to the public, I think, being able to put some sort of a value on that is quite important. How sensors could fit into measuring that value was one of the reasons that we did get involved with the project.